Good afternoon. My name is Arya Choudhury. I lead the Microsoft engineering business for PwC Australia, and here at the Microsoft AI Tour, joined here today by Alan.
Thanks, Arya. Hey, I'm Alan Huynh. I'm the account technology strategist at Microsoft, working in healthcare alongside Arya.
Thank you. So Alan and I have been working on a number of engagements in a similar industry, and at the tour, Alan, what do you think about today?
Oh, it's been quite a blast, and I think it's been quite energizing, sort of seeing how many people have joined the AI tour and the energy in the room. And I think it's effectively emblematic of the proliferation of AI that we're seeing over the past few years and also going forward. And it's been quite exciting to see sort of that rise of agentic and sort of introducing that question of what does it mean for the workplace? Like, what does it mean to work? How do we start balancing the delineation between the purpose of our jobs and our roles and the tasks that we do? And as organizations start to come to grips with that, they're starting to ask themselves, well, where do agents take fold? And that's been quite a challenge that PwC and the team have actually been working across many industries on. And I think it's an opportunity for us to unpick a bit further.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing that fundamentally the current state of AI and has been looking at and getting us to change to is transitioning from systems that were predominantly built for automated, and then it's moving towards an autonomous vehicle. And then now we are giving actual technology and our digital colleagues the agency and autonomy to build and operate on our behalf in a system that runs on its own. So fundamentally from us, we are looking at it from all of PwC as well as working closely with Microsoft to build a system and a setup that's got all of those foundations right. Today we heard Satya talk more about the platforms and the harnesses that is needed to be there to help us orchestrate, mediate, and have all the guardrails in place. And then we get the agents and the systems to work on them.
Yeah, and it's quite energizing because the key thing you've raised there is that term digital colleagues, because we think a lot about the people, and there's intention behind the word co-pilot where that person is still in the loop, the person is still working, but then they may be augmented by digital colleagues who actually perform actions, carry out tasks, and can actually alleviate some of the drudgery. And when we reflect upon that from Microsoft's technology development, we think about what controls and protections do we provide to our people today, and how can we actually reflect that in those digital colleagues or agents going forward? And that's very much been one of the key announcements we've made on Agent 365, effectively providing a bit of that registry, the role-based access controls and protections to agents who are carrying out work in the workplace. And so it's quite energizing. And I think as organizations start operationalizing that, there's some key challenges that you've been working with the team on, right, Aaron?
Yeah, absolutely, right. And you and I both work in highly regulated environments,
Yes.
right? Which means we need to build systems that's going to be trustworthy first. And getting the identity right is actually the first step to getting that right. Now, as agents come in with an identity, it's almost like me signing my badge and my badge having the access right to getting the permission to do what I need to do. We used to have contracts at workplace, which will allow us to do what we need to do and what we can't do. Now we have guardrails. We have got workplace and security around that, which would allow and protect the information, the data that we work on. Similarly, from an agentic perspective, everything starts with the identity, and it goes all the way down to the platforms, the guardrails, and the resilience and controls that we need to do. Remember, we can't trust something that we can't observe, right? And this becomes one of the key foundations for us to build resilient systems.
100%. And with that core identity being Entra ID, it gives you that platform to enforce the policies, controls, access to your various agents. And so you can start treating them like you would your actual colleagues in the workplace. And so as you build that confidence, it actually gives you a platform to drive the velocity and to meet the demand and capacity needs that AI can fulfill. And it's been quite energizing seeing this alongside heaps of announcements that have been made from Satya, the keynote, as well as many of our colleagues from both the PwC and Microsoft teams throughout the tour. So Arya, I probably think, taking it away, like any key carve-outs or highlights that you've observed?
Yeah, actually right. While Satya was talking about the new agentic platform and systems, one thing that predominantly stood out for me, and this was very personal, and it's not cricket, it is the logo that said intelligence multiplied by trust. Now, I work very closely with trust and building trustworthy systems, and it suddenly starts acting as the core foundation. You just can't have intelligence and you can't just have automation unless you have got the building blocks ready, you got the resilience right, you got the scalability right, and make sure it's trusted, right? So having it trustworthy and having it as a force multiplier is what I'm absolutely looking forward to. And I think we're going to see a lot more expansion of it as we start working along.
100%. And I think that last bit there around AI being a force multiplier for human ingenuity, that's very much the way Satya and the Microsoft team think about how we can best use the agentic era through the Frontier firm to help people be their very best.
Yes, and we have just been announced as the Frontier firm, and together with Microsoft, we look forward to exploring this more together.
Exciting times ahead.
Thank you.